Hello, Bridget Bartlett here. So today I am going to continue our series that we started yesterday on how to set up an e-commerce store on HighLevel with the purpose of selling website templates or digital products, really any type of one-off service that you want to resell. Putting it in an e-commerce store allows you a really great way of showcasing everything. So I'm going to kind of show you a little bit what I have done with the store so far. Now, you'll see that these are actually reoccurring products. This one is a lifetime product, but these are actually affiliate links. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the workaround I created for reoccurring products or affiliate links so that you can give the look and feel of your e-commerce store and include those products in there, but you can't because the e-commerce store does not allow reoccurring subscription products to be added in. We need to kind of do a little workaround to make them in a separate place. Okay. So, talking about the actual products inside the e-commerce store, you'll see that I've built some out here and we have our categories, and we talked about this yesterday. All of the products are listed here. When you click there, you'll see that this is a static area here. So anywhere I'm showing the categories or a list of the products, this is going to show because that's what I built it on the page. Okay. Now, if I click on software, you'll see that it toggles over that category. We're still showing like the static area here, but now it just says the software here. Okay. And if I click on landing pages, same thing, you're going to see the static area here. And then also now you can see all of the landing pages. And we talked about this yesterday too, about building all of this out and then making sure that you have like a demo that people can use, but also how you can use these types of products inside your website to promote your business. If you're a web designer or you're an agency or a coach or something like that, and you provide digital resources, these are a great way. For example, if you are a high-level agency and you want this landing page, here's a demo that you can check out. Also, you can join our program, right? So if I am trying to attract high-level agency owners, which I am, then it would make perfect sense that I would want to promote or use this opportunity to promote to people who would be interested in it. Okay, so this is basically the setup here, how I have all of this going. All right, now, if you guys have missed any of the training, you can go to my YouTube channel, just search Bridget Bartlett, and you'll see here, just search resell templates, snapshots on HighLevel, and you'll see that training there. You can also check this one out here as well. Okay. If you're ever looking for anything, because you can see I have over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel, you can always just click here at the little hourglass and you can search for whatever it is. Like, for example, a lot of people want to know about emails. So if you search the word emails, you'll see all of these training videos that I've done on emails. Okay. So now moving on here, the very first thing that we want to do once we have created our e-commerce store is we want to set up our receipts. Okay. This is the very first step in our automation process. So when we have a purchase here, we can go into the payment section and you'll see settings here, and you can enable the automated receipts, or of course you can set this up and get really detailed in a workflow. The easiest way is just to enable the sales receipts. You can change the title. So if you don't want it to say receipt and you want it to say invoice instead, you could change that there. And then also customize the prefix of your receipts or invoices, and then get a receipt starting number. Okay, so a lot of times you don't want it to just say one, so you can just give like a random number so it doesn't look like your first client is actually your first client. You can also, if you want to, add the from name and email address. If you leave it blank, it's going to default to the business, and then this is going to be the subject line that is in the email that you send the receipt from. Okay, so it's defaulting here, receipt company name, and then thank you for your recent purchase. And then here you'll see that you can choose the default email template, or you can actually create your own. I do have a list of them my own. However, I have not created my own email template for the receipts. So I'm just going to leave that as default. And if I wanted to add any notes or terms, I could do that down here. Okay. Now, I am going to show you on the abandoned cart how you can customize these templates here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and save this, of course. And then you'll see if you go to taxes, you have the ability to add taxes. It really just depends on where you live and what the laws are. And you definitely want to contact your accountant to see what you need to do about that. Where I live, I don't need to collect taxes. And a lot of times people will build that into the product. Okay. So it's up to you how you structure that. But if you did need to add taxes, you can do that there. And then here is where we have the abandoned cart email. All right. So when a customer leaves the checkout before they buy the items in the cart, you're going to now choose when you want to send an email, if at all. Okay. So I did create my own custom email. However, you could choose the default one if you want to. And then all you need to do is just send or choose how long or how many hours after they've abandoned the cart do you want to send that email. So you could just say 1. I think it defaults to 10. So it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do there. We'll just say 1 is fine. Now, the next step here is to actually create that abandoned cart email. So I'm going to go here, go to the marketing tab, go to emails and templates, and we're just going to create a new template. We're just going to start from blank here, and we're going to create this from scratch, and it's actually only going to take just a few minutes. Okay. So this is our brand new email template. The very first thing I like to do when I'm creating a new template is add the image there. So I'm going to click here. I can use the AI, or I can actually use the media gallery. I already have an image here that I use in a folder called email images. That's how I sort it out. I have my email header here, and I usually like to make this about 150 wide. Okay. So I've already got my header there. Now I do want to add also the shopping cart. Remember, this is an abandoned email, an abandoned cart email. So I want to just add that shopping cart there. Okay. So it's going to pull in all of those products that they had in their cart, and they will be able to purchase directly from this. Okay. So I definitely want to add that. I also want to add I'll just go ahead and go to my saved items, because in my saved items, I do have like my FAQ section. I also have my signature and the footer of my email. I also have my social media. So I'm just going to go through here and drag in all these things. So I want my social media. Let's go back to the saved area. I want my signature here. Actually, we can rearrange this. We'll put this down here. Actually, let's add a new section there. So I'm going to go, let's drag this in here. We'll put that there. And then let's go ahead and drag in our footer so you can see how easy that is. Okay, so we're almost done here. Now, all we need to do now is just have our little intro message. So I'm going to say, you left these items in your cart. Okay. And what I'm going to do is add a button. So I'm going to go over here to buttons. Where is my button? All right. And I'm going to drag this in here. And this one is actually going to be view the cart. Okay. So I'm going to click the button so I can edit it. And we're going to say view your cart. All right, so now how do I pre-populate this with their cart link? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go to the link here where the button is. Of course, I could change the color if I wanted to. I definitely would want to, because this isn't my brand color, but for the sake of time, we'll just leave it blue. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to the custom values here, and you'll see if you scroll down, you'll see e-commerce. Okay, so these are the custom values you have available for e-commerce. So we want to send them to the checkout page URL. So I'm just going to choose that as the link. Now let's go ahead and save. And what I want to do is I want to add another button here. So I'm going to duplicate this just to make it easy. And let's actually invert this. So we'll have like blue text, and then we'll have white background. Okay, you'll see why in just a second. So I have this here. Let's go ahead and edit. So we're going to change this. Let's go to the button appearance here. And we want this to be, let's go to advanced so we can choose the same color. All right, so now we got, oops, that was the background. We want this to be white. And okay, so now we just have, we didn't want that text to be, here we go. All right. All right, so now we have the view your cart, and we have this duplicated button. Instead of view cart, we're going to say, or visit our shop. And what I'm going to do is I am going to change this custom value, And I'm going to use the other custom value that we have available for e-commerce. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to go to product list page. So that's going to go back to your main shop page that you created when you built your store out. Okay. So you can see here now we have our logo up here. You left items in your cart. They can click here to go right to their cart. They can also click here to go right to the home page of the e-commerce store. We have their cart already built out here, our social media channels and our signature, and then also the footer of our email. Okay. So very quickly, we were able to customize that abandoned cart email. Now, the next thing I do want to draw your attention to, though, that I oftentimes forget this myself, but if you go into the template and you go into settings here, you do have the ability to set the default name that you're sending from and the email, the from email here, also the preview text, and then the email subject line. So if you did want, something different in your template to say here when you're maybe you're using this in a workflow instead of the automated system, you could build out your email subject line there. Okay, so just so you know, that is an option. Okay, so this email is ready to go. And now all we would need to do is go back here. If I wanted to refresh this, then I would choose that email that I just created. I don't think I even gave it a name. No, I didn't give it a name. It's actually called new template, but we would just select that from the drop-down menu here, the one we created that said new template or whatever we called it. Okay. Now, the next thing that I wanted to show you is the actual workflows of the products that are purchased. So I'm going to go, I have a folder here now called, where is my folder? Store workflows. All right, store. Oops, I'm looking in emails, not automations. All right, so go to the automations, and now I need store workflows. I have a folder created here because you can see that there are many. All right, so if you look at the products in my store here, I want to show you kind of the back end of all of them. Okay, so we have the landing pages. If you click on landing pages, we have all of these products here. Okay, now there are actually 6 there, and then there's one over here, so there's 7. So if I go here now into the workflows, you'll see, and labeling them is so important, but you will see that all of the workflows that I've created here have landing page, so whatever the category is, and then whatever the name of the product is. And we talked about this yesterday, why naming these things are so important so that you can make sure that you are sending the correct template with the correct workflow. Okay. Also, you'll see the done for you high level agency setup. Okay. So this is actually in the services tab. So you can, if you provide like one-time services, even website builds, you could build out and automate this whole system. For example, order a website. They could choose in the variations, what a 1-page website, 5-page website, or a 10-page website. I have a SOP that I've provided my team. So you guys have all of that. You could literally transcribe that SOP into your web design build inside of your services tab in e-commerce. Okay. So you literally could build out this type of automated system for all of your services. All right. So if we have the done for you service here for high level, you'll see the back end here. What we want to do is in this scenario, most of them, you're all going to see the trigger of this item is going to be a global product and then this item. Okay. So that's really going to be the trigger for every product inside of your account. Now, as soon as the product is purchased, what do we want to happen? Now, this is an agency setup. So I actually have built a onboarding system inside of the membership area that if you're unfamiliar, we do have inside of high level as well. And so what I want to do when they purchase the agency done for you setup, I just want to grant them access to that course and they're going to see all of the instructions in there. Okay. Now I may want to also add a note. Okay. So I could add a note here and I could say, signed up for agency done for you agency setup. I could also notify a team member if I needed to do that. I could also add a tag here. Tags are really popular that I like to add a tag for everything. So I'm going to say done for you setup let's say done for you, set up, purchased. And if you don't have a tag already, you just click there to add the tag. Okay. So now you can see how we can really build out these automations just based on this. Now, what's great about when you start with this trigger is, let's say that I have this product built inside of my e-commerce store. Let's say that I also have like a payment link where I promote this product. And I also have like a different page on my website where I've embedded the product in there. I'm using a checkout form. No matter how this product is ordered or what page it's on, it's going to trigger this automation here. Okay, so that's why I like to start my automations here with products specifically, with the actual purchase of the product, and then I determine what I want to happen once the product is purchased. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save there. And let's look at the next workflow here, because this is like for a landing page. Okay, so same thing. What we're doing, of course, we want to label this specifically so we know exactly what workflow is being triggered when we are creating this product. Because if you're creating lots and lots of products, then you definitely want to stay organized. So we're naming this up here, landing page, app landing, which is what it's called. The trigger is the purchase of the product. Okay, so the global product here. And we're going to send an email. So the email, you need to think about the customer journey. Okay, so the email is, they're going to receive a digital product. So no matter if it's a template or it is a download or whatever it is, you can add the instructions here. You want to add the link for them to download the template. And then you can also add import instructions. So if you want to create your own, or you even, like I linked out here to the HighLevel knowledge base document where it shows how to import, because keep in mind too, if you're selling a HighLevel website template, they know it's HighLevel and they actually need to have their own HighLevel account to be able to import that template into their account. So they're going to be HighLevel. So that's why I just added the knowledge base article there. That way, also, I could resell this a million times for years and years, and HighLevel will go back and update those instructions for me, and I won't have to. So that's just a little hack for you. All right. So also, just like I was saying before, when they purchase these templates, it's a great opportunity for us to make upsells, because we're not going to get rich from a $27 template, right? But this is part of our value ladder. This is a way that we can get very targeted leads that are actually buyers. Okay. So we're going to say here, if you have questions, reply to this email, or join us during open office hours, Monday through Thursday. And then I share my event calendar here. Okay. Because we do want to make sure that, hey, we're not just selling you a website template. We are here to support you as well. So if these instructions are not good enough for you, then you can join us. That's basically what that message is saying. Now, the bonus of that is, usually if someone joins our open office hours, I've never seen someone join our open office hours and not join our program. So encouraging them to get their questions answered and allowing them to see the value that we provide there, then that is a great upsell in itself. Okay, so it all works together as part of that spider web process. All right, so that's how we want to set up those landing pages. Now, the church snapshot, okay, because again, we talk about here, if we go back to our store that we created, if you go to snapshots, I was so hesitant to start selling these snapshots, okay, because these are all the snapshots that when I do like a training series, like the restaurant series, or this one is actually my lawn care business. My husband and I had a lawn care business for about 8 years before he was actually able to retire at 50. Just this season is the first season we're not doing this, but at that whole snapshot that we use to run our business, I used to just provide that for my members, but I am actually starting to sell some of these snapshots for people who maybe you don't want to join, you just want access to that. So anyway, adding snapshots to your store, because they are a one-off service, is a great way of earning additional income, but also, again, introducing yourself to people who are your perfect target audience. Okay. So with these, like for example, if you see this church one here, there's actually, again, we want to demo the website. Okay. So we have all these pages they can click on and demo, what it actually looks like and all of that stuff. Um, but also here, I'm sharing the training series. Okay, so literally, I mean, there's so much information about this snapshot that you really know if this is a good snapshot for you. You know that before you purchase. All right, so that's what we want to do. We just want to keep providing that value and add all of those things so we can do snapshots, we can do services, we can do lifetime value software or, any of these things. Really, the sky's the limit to what you can add there. And like I said, I want to show you the little hack that I created here because you can see these are not actually e-commerce products, but they are in my store. Okay, so really that is, let me make sure that is the last thing that I wanted to show you. So we talked about the done for you service and the landing pages and the snapshots. Okay, guys, that is really all there is to setting up an e-commerce store. Once you can see just from yesterday to today, I've actually added a lot to this. So you can see once you get in a good groove, it actually happens. You can build these out really quickly. Okay. So thank you all so, so much for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone, so I'll see you there.